Up a little team lunch out at the Brew Garden in Strongsville, and with Sarah Minneman from NorthStar Title, who's being our beautiful camera lady today. And we were just chit-chatting a little bit about HOAs, homeowners associations. When a lot of buyers are considering where they want to move to, a really important factor is, do you want to be in a place that has an HOA or not? And as it so happens, my neighborhood does not have an HOA, but Shelley's and Breon's both do. So we thought we would give you some of our thoughts about kind of some of the pros and cons of it. So Shelley, I'll let you go first. What do you like about yours?
My HOA includes a pool, the common area to maintain, the playground, and also a pond. It's an annual HOA, which is fantastic.
Now I had to hit resume.
Sorry, should we start?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Anyways, but with my HOA, we did have a problem this year, and it was with the pond. A pipe broke, and to fix it was very, very expensive, and it would totally take all of our funds. And that's not a good thing, because that's something very important that you need to have funds available for emergencies. So we actually had to take a vote. We had a special assessment, and it actually passed. The whole neighborhood had to vote on it, which I might add, it's very important for you to be active in your HOA so you know what's going on, you know if there's going to be a change or if your assessment is going to go up, or attend the meetings so you understand what the special assessment is for. So me, myself, I love my HOA. Some people might say, well, I don't use that pond. I don't use the pool. Well, if we didn't fix our pond, it would become a cesspool, and we would get mosquitoes. Nobody can fish in it. My son loves to fish in it. So it was very important that you take care of this, because when you go to sell your house, somebody's going to say, hey, I'm not going to go buy that house. They live by the cesspool, you know? So it's important to make sure that your HOA is taking care of or maintaining all the property.
Some HOAs are really simple. Some of them you pay monthly and all it covers is like the sign and the entryway to the development, but others have a lot of perks like that, but others have a lot of rules as well about what you can do with your property, and that's kind of Bree's circumstance. Hers has a lot of restrictions.
So I like our development. I like where we live. I like my neighbors. The problem is that the rules that they have was set up for a different type of community at one point. And since the community isn't what they thought it was going to be, so now we can't have like swing sets in the backyard, we can't have sheds in our backyard, you know, certain things that we cannot do in our property, which we wish we could have. And if we'd known that before, it might have changed the decision that we were going to make, because me and my husband, we have a family, so these are things that you want to have in your backyard. So unfortunately, there's pluses and minuses to them. I think the pluses is it makes everybody take care of their yard. It's, you know, everybody has to be on the same page with that. There's a lot of say in the community as far as what you're going to do to the area. There's, you know, the board that you can be on. But the negatives are the rules and how can you get everybody on board with the rules. So it's kind of like, you know, there's pluses and there's minuses. So, and the other thing is to be aware of, is there a cap on the fees? Will the fees go up? Are they staying where they're at? Is the street owned that you're living on? Is it owned by the community or is it owned by the city? That's another one, because if they're not, then the street itself is going to be your responsibility. So it's going to be the responsibility of the community. So that's going to be more money into the HOA, or the reserve fund they call it, so that they have that money to go into to pay for anything that may happen with the street. So those are just little things, little details that you might want to consider if you're looking at a property that has HOA. But on the other hand, say you're looking to downsize, you're not going to be living in that house that much, or you're, you know, maybe there's a health issue and you can't cut your grass, you can't, you know, plow your driveway. Having those HOAs is a godsend, because then you don't have to worry about those items anymore. So that's what I'm saying. It's a give or take, a plus or minus. You gotta have to weigh up your options. Is that something that's gonna work for our family? Is that gonna work for our lifestyle? And you just kind of have to see if that's where it is, really.
I'd also like to point out that when you're looking at a house that has an HOA, you can ask for a copy of the bylaws, which is very, very important, because then that will tell you what you're allowed to do and not allowed to do in that neighborhood.
So just a really important factor to think about. You know, if you're thinking of moving up, you know, we want you to be in a place where you can live well, a place that really fits your family. So an important thing to think about in terms of your criteria is, do you want to be in a place where there are some rules and restrictions, but the neighborhood is going to be a little bit more uniform? Or do you want the freedom and the space, you're just going to do whatever you want with your property? When we set up a custom MLS search for you, we can customize it to filter for HOAs or not for HOAs. So it's just one more thing to think about when you're setting up your criteria so that we can help you get into a house that really, really fits your family. So if you have any questions, feel free to message us. We'd be happy to answer anything else you want to know about HOAs. And have a great afternoon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.